Hello, viewers of YouTube. Got MLK7 here with my very first video. And what's better suited for a first video than a countdown for first bosses? The first boss of a video game is almost always underrated, especially when compared to the final boss of the game, and I took a look around and I saw no other videos for the subject. Well, I guess that makes me the first to list the first. Now, since this is my first countdown, I suppose I should lay down some rules before I have the right to tell viewers just reading the description. So here we go. Rule number 1, no trolling, spamming, complaining, or general grumpiness about my choices. Just because you don't agree with my opinion doesn't give you permission to be a jerk about it, so don't go calling me a moron just because I like a certain boss. Rule number 2, only one boss per franchise, just to make my job harder. Rule number 3, I have to have played the game and fought the boss for it to be here. The most recent console I have is a Wii, no PS3, no Xbox 360, just a Wii. So don't complain that there's no Halo or anything on here. Also, there are some games for Wii I just haven't played yet. Well, without further ado, let's get this party started. Streets of Rage 2 was one of my favorite games growing up. I could pop the Genesis collection into my Dreamcast any day and just have a blast with it. And therefore, I'm inclined to put the boss Barbin on here. He's the bartender from the level you just played through, and after you beat up his customers, he's out for blood. When you reach him in the alley, he rips open his suit, becomes a guy who I swear should be in Punch-Out!, and the battle begins. It's fairly simple. Barbin attacks with punches, kicks, and even throws as you beat him and his goons up. His health is pretty long, but if you have skill, he's pretty easy. Just hit him a lot. Despite what many people think, Kirby's Epic Yarn was a fun game. Well, I'm not sure it fits the best Kirby game. I haven't played many Kirby games, so I wouldn't know. But the battle against Fangora is fun no matter what you say. You have to dodge and rebound fireballs, prepare for massive wins, dodge Fangora when he jumps at you from the bottom, and eventually fling him enough times to defeat him whenever he reveals that weak point in his mouth that looks like an awkward tongue piercing. It's a shame that it's so easy and short though, it only takes 3 hits. This boss would be more fun if it took just a few more shots before it was defeated. I found the bosses in Subspace Emissary and Super Smash Bros. Brawl to all be pretty fun, and there's no exception from the beginning. PD Piranha attacks using jumps as well as the 2 cages it's holding, one containing Peach and one containing Zelda. Rather than the boss itself, the cages have life bars, and you have to destroy them as Kirby to set the princesses free. However, there is a catch. You can only save one of the princesses. The other is turned into a trophy by Wario. This interests me. I mean, the first boss of the game is the one that breaks protocol the most. That's a twist. But, you know, it's really nice to see Nintendo doing what it does best again. Making odd protagonists save princesses who have been captured by an oddly threatening version of something completely weird. Speaking of which... come on, I just had to put Bowser from the original Super Mario Bros. On this list. I mean, how many times do you fight him in this game? And he is commonly the first boss for many gamers. That being said, the first encounter with Bowser can be really easy. Just jump over his head, land on that axe thing, boom! No hits required. Or if Mario's legs are feeling a little tired today, just make sure you have up the fire flower, go boom boom boom, and there, he's dead. He's really simple actually, just dodge his fire and don't touch him. But hey, he's the first boss, so he gets on here for the nostalgia. Pokemon White is probably my favorite Pokemon game to date. And the first gym leader is... Oh, I'm sorry. The first gym leaders are pretty fun. The battle itself is okay, yeah, but the real fun is in the fact that the gym leader you fight depends on what Pokemon you began with. If you chose Snivy, you fight Chili, who uses fire types. If you chose Oshawott, you fight Slon, who uses grass type. And if you chose Tepig like me, you fight Cress, who uses water type. And each have unique and fun personalities. This is just a fun little concept for a Pokemon game, and I just had to put it here. Though it does kinda suck that the game is basically screwing you over by facing you against a dominant type. But hey, you get a free Pokemon by talking to a lady, so at least you have a colorful monkey to help you out, right? It's pretty surprising that the enormous heartless Dark Side is the first boss in Kingdom Hearts. I mean, it's one of the biggest bosses in the game. It's definitely pretty fun. Sure, it's not the hardest fight, but it's still pretty great. The battle consists of Sora dodging Darkseid's smashes and blasts, as he attempts to use whatever weapon you choose at the beginning to smack the crap out of Darkseid's hands and take up base. The battle is basically just hack and slash, but it still feels somehow rewarding. And heck, this is one of the creepiest looking Heartless in the game, in my opinion.